actually makes me think of I was listening to shout out to Billy Carson, and he was talking about the Epic of Gilgamesh and the whole history of that and stuff like that, and how that story deals with you know I guess Gilgamesh being in the forest and y'all look it up, y'all look it up. Have you heard about this Epic of Gilgamesh?
I know Gilgamesh.
Okay, he wasn't ready for that. Huh? He's like, where's this man going? What do you feel like you want to say something? Judy, you want to say something? No. Okay. Do
Go
y'all
on.
see this?
Where you going? Go
Got
on. I
you.
want to
No,
see where you're
it
going.
was just reminding me about because I believe that from what I remember him talking about in the Epic of Gilgamesh, that everything started like in the nature, and the guy was built in nature and used to live among the animals, and then eventually, uh, he got a woman, and so it just made me think about the growing up with the animals and living and stuff like that. But I want to get back to you, Judah.
So was that your first time hearing of Gilgamesh? Was this your first time? Have you read it?
I have not read it. That was my first time actually hearing more about the story, but I've heard a
Okay,
little bit about it.
watch whatever you take in from that dude specifically.
Billy Carson.
He takes a lot of information and mixes it. He
Okay.
takes a lot of stuff and he changes it a lot. A lot. I
Okay.
listen to a lot of it, so I'm like, that's not accurate. Why'd he do that? Why is he doing that? He does it a lot.
Can you give an example?
I don't watch him enough to do that.
Okay.
But watch him. Watch that
Okay.
shit.
So you say not
Watch that
all
shit.
from some of the stuff that you know and the stuff that he said, it seems inaccurate to the information that you know.
He's just. It seems like a guy trying to get some views. So he's going to say some stuff that's controversial and things that are that conflict. Conflict. He takes things from one place and another place, trying to make them, like, oh, they're the same, but they conflict and they're not the same. No. So no, I don't watch it. Just watch it. Just watch it.
That's that
Just
discernment
watch it.
comes in. That's
Yes,
that
that's where
discernment.
discernment comes in.
Mhm.
You got to separate. You got to separate the truth from the lie.
Yeah.
You have to. So that comes with knowing Gilgamesh. You know what I mean? Knowing what's actually in it. But that's cool though. Yeah, that's funny. You just mentioned that. I was smiling, had a smirk because I was listening to. Um, I don't know what it was. It was on my Sirius radio, but they were going through the Epic of Gilgamesh
Right
and
on
talking
time.
about the Anu people and how people think the Anunnaki are from space, but the Anu people are from East Africa. The Anu, and they're tall Nihilites, and Nihilites are 6 to 8 feet tall. So you're going over there to the shorter Africans who are already there because they came up out of East Africa as well. The Sumerians were black, and so were the Akkadians. The Akkadians were the people north of them. They both came out of tribes. The Habaru people came out of the Akkadians. The Habaru people are the Hebrews. Anyway, I don't want to get in that too much. They're going to Kanye me.
No, we're gonna
You know what I
keep going.
mean?
We're
They're going to
good.
Kanye and Kyrie me.
No,
You
he's
know what I
good.
mean?
Keep
So
going, man.
look,
Speak your truth, Judah.
nope,
Mhm.
nope. So
Okay.
yeah. I forgot where.
The Gilgamesh.
Yeah,
You're listening.
Gilgamesh
You're listening
and
to
all of
Gilgamesh.
that. Yeah, watch it.
Okay. I
But
guess.
yeah, the Anu people were, the African people that came and taught them the knowledge. Same thing what happened when, India and other places that came and taught them the knowledge.
Got you.
And they think they're immortal because when they come, they look the same. Like, me and my daughter, you know, the Nihilites are not to be racist or anything, but, if one generation comes and another generation comes in the same height, same haircut, tattoos, and style of dress, your elders might think that's the same person. You know what I mean? They're coming with the same lessons. They talk the same. It's the same person. And they tell the others, yo, man, that dude's 200 years old. He's 30. You know what I'm saying? But they think he's older and older and older. So, the gods, they came. They had technology. They came with technology. They came with math and science. That is technology. It would even look like magic. The gods came and they did this, and that's the Anu people. Anyway, that's the Gilgamesh and the
Got you.
Anunnaki. Anyway,
And so people would say the Anu is related to the Anunnaki, right?
yes.
And I would like to get on this road because
I don't.
No, but didn't it sound like he was saying it so passionately, folks? Didn't it feel so good?
I don't want to.
Did it? Okay, we won't go. We don't force people to go through walls. We let them choose to go through them or not. But it seemed like it would be a fun trip, wouldn't it be, folks? Comment down below, like and subscribe. That we would have loved to go. Well, I'll talk a little bit about it because
What is it?
Well, first when I think you said Akkadians. Well, I used to hear the name Akkadians. That's how I used to pronounce
some
it.
people say Acadians.
Akkadians,
I say
right?
Cod, yeah.
Yeah, and what's interesting is that you're the first person I actually heard say the version about because people say like, these people live forever and or like live like hundreds and hundreds of years, but you're like, no, they just look and sound the same. That's my generate. That's the next generation. He's only,
Mhm.
like you said, 30 years old. And I was like, it's actually kind of a cool perspective. Is that because it also made me think about the way tribes work. Tribes. The reason why this tribe is because they cut their hair a certain way, they talk a certain way, they have a certain type of scarifications that identify them as they am. Or we can go back to Israelites. They have circumcision, right? These are way that tribes are identified.
Yep.
And so it just made me think about that, and I thought that was really cool. And so, I'll maybe I'll come back to this
I
later,
talk
but
about that in the poem that you mentioned, the Negus poem,
uh-huh.
when I say, from Egypt to Ethiopia,
Hey, they're
and they were
here.
the same people and they taught this, they'd go back on the monsoons and they'd come back later and be like, they'd send other people and they'd be like, it's the same person,
Hmm.
like, he doesn't remember us, but he's the same. Like, no, he's not the same. He's not the same. But that's also how it was taught to me. When I had Machine Pomona, I had a lot of brothers come in and teach me a lot of different things, or at least open me up to a lot of different perspectives to see it, to express it. They taught me a lot of different stories about the same things that you pull different things from. Perhaps it could be, or at least I heard it. So at least it's plausible. It adds
Hmm.
to the plausibility. I don't believe it, but it's plausible. I've heard of that before. I've heard of that before. I don't believe it like that. I've heard it like this. So when someone says it, oh, like that, like, oh, I'm familiar with it at least.
Hmm.
I don't have to believe it, but at least I'm familiar with it. So now we can build at least on the familiarity of it
Yeah.
and come to a common place
And
from
speaking,
an uncommon
I
place.
like that.
You
I
know what I
like that.
mean?
Yes. And meet at the top. Um